So I have a minute to talk about our house build process, and I had some comments saying like, please document everything, and that's what I want to do, especially for the people that, if you're like us, we may be the only ones, I don't know, but I highly doubt it, but we had no idea where to even start on building a house. I'm just going to tell y'all how we got to the point we did. Once we got our land and everything like that in our name, then we could start like the process of dirt work and things like that. But before that, I went ahead and started looking online at like different house plans I liked. I looked for what seemed like forever before I found something I really liked on the outside, but the inside I hated the floor plan. So luckily we have a family member that does like floor plans and that kind of stuff, so I took her a picture of it and I was like, hey, this is what I want the outside to look like, but the inside is not anything that I need. So basically she took that and she created me a floor plan. There's different ways you can go about it, and they have floor plans online that you can buy from if you find one that you really love. Once we did that, I told her, obviously the building process is not cheap by any means right now. I was kind of in that mindset and still am, like the price per square footage is out the roof right now, and I was like, look, I need to fit what we need into this house within the smallest amount of square footage that we need to use. I don't need anything gigantic. I don't want to have to clean anything gigantic, and when the boys are out of the house, then it's just going to be me and Josh, and like I don't want to have a huge house that's going to feel so empty. So I kind of had a general idea of what we needed in the house, and I was like, look, I just want it like livable. I want us to be comfortable, nothing outrageous, and she did just that. The house we are building, the main floor, everything's going to be on the main floor. It's going to be around 2,500 square foot, and then we're also going to have 2 bonus rooms upstairs with a half bath. My plans are to have that as the playroom and Josh's man cave. Our land was like just a ton of trees, so we did have some work done. Luckily my dad has been the OG. My dad and Josh have worked so hard on clearing it and everything, so we didn't have a huge dirt work bill. We did have to do some clearing with the ground and stuff. My husband would know more about what we had to do. There were some other processes that I had no idea that I had to do, but obviously like thinking back now, I'm like, okay, duh, Caitlin, you had to do that. Number one, the fact was that I had to go get power ran and cut on or whatever. Luckily my dad works with a power company, so he was basically like, okay, meet me here with this check and we'll get it turned on. We had to get a 911 address. He also handled that. My dad is the OG. He's basically the general contractor of this whole thing, so he's getting me through. We also had to do a water line, which we did that this week, and I didn't realize that stuff can get pretty pricey. That's just things you don't really think about when you think about starting to build a house, or at least I don't. I think, hey, I see this house and I want my house done as quick as possible, and I want it to make it as pretty as possible, but I don't really think logically, and that's where my dad and Josh come into play. Obviously perk tests, things like that have to be done. Our builder has told us he's hoping to have it done in about 4 months. That is if weather cooperates and things like that. I'm telling myself 5 months because I don't want to get my hopes up or anything. I plan on going to pick out brick tomorrow. I went before and I picked something out, but now, you know, I'm second guessing it, or I'm really just second guessing the mortar color I picked. So I'm gonna look again tomorrow if I have time, and if y'all are interested, I will take y'all along with me because I need all of the recommendations I can get.